Michael Jordan is a monster because he was a monster. That was Black Jesus. Yeah, you don't want that tongue coming out towards you, do you? You couldn't even handle Kobe. I remember Kobe locked your ass up in the All-Star game.
All right, welcome back to another After Dark, everyone. Hope you all are having a good night so far. Hope you guys are having a good day. So I got a request for this one, and it sounded like a funny way to transition into what tomorrow is. If you guys know what tomorrow is? You guys know what tomorrow is? I can't wait. Anyways, I figured this would be a fun way to transition. Plus, this was requested that I react to this, and it sounds really funny. So this is titled "Comedians Completely Eviscerate LeBron James." This is coming from a channel called Most Valuable Player. I'm going to link the original video down below in the description for you. There you'll also see a list of channel members. Big shout out to all of you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you all, especially lately. Now, since this is comedians and they're going to be like probably saying some vicious stuff towards LeBron, hey, if you're sensitive to stuff like this, maybe don't watch, maybe skip this one, okay? Because I have no control over what they're going to say. I'm doing reactions, so I have no idea who these comedians are going to be and what they're going to say. So if you're easily triggered, you've got to move on, all right? You got to move on to a different video. Everybody else, please leave this video a like. It helps out a ton. And let's see if we can enjoy this, all right? Here we go.
You ain't f***ing with no Michael Jordan. LeBron James, on the other hand, running around talking about he's the GOAT, knowing you ain't f***ing with no Michael Jordan. How about doing like everybody else and pay homage to the GOAT? See, you come off less arrogant and an asshole if you would just say, Michael Jordan is a monster because he was a monster. That was Black Jesus. Yeah, you don't want that tongue coming out towards you, do you? You couldn't even handle Kobe. I remember Kobe locked your ass up in the All-Star game.
Yeah, yes he did.
Learn some humility, you big head, egotistical mother.
Yeah, listen, man,
I totally agree. Because, I mean, Jordan paved the way. He showed how to do this the right way. You know, everyone constantly was opening the door for MJ to basically every reporter ever has been saying, oh, Jordan, you know, do you ever think about, like, you know, the fact that you're the greatest of all time, or everyone calls you the greatest of all time? What do you think about it? He's had every opportunity to say it, but he's never once said it. LeBron, he didn't even get asked the question. He brought it up. That one right there made me the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? Completely different kind of characters. Jordan never said it. Jordan always talks about the greatest teams, or he talks about all the players that came before him and after him that he didn't get to play against. So he says it wouldn't be fair if he declared himself the greatest of all time. That's humility and respect.
Comment on a moment that went viral, I guess, between Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James.
Oh, I've seen this one.
At the Laker game, which Stephen A. Smith addressed on First Take, I think this morning, where LeBron James approached him during the game, and you could tell by the facial expressions and the body language that LeBron James wasn't pleased, apparently, about what Stephen A. Smith was saying in regards to Bronny being in the NBA and his performance. And I got to tell you, this is why I have a problem with LeBron. One of the reasons why I have a problem, because LeBron is a hypocrite. And I kind of wish that Stephen A. hadn't backpedaled just because of LeBron confronting him.
Yeah, check this out. He's got a point to this.
Because if you remember early in LeBron's career, and I mean early, there was a moment where in a game in Cleveland, I forget who they were playing, and LeBron James got into a skirmish with the opposing team with several players underneath the backboard, sitting courtside, near courtside. And his mother jumped into the mix and started, you know, trying to curse the players out and take up for her son. And just to add some real context, one of the first things that Stephen A. Smith said was, LeBron didn't approach me as a basketball player. He approached me as a father, which I could understand. So now let me go back to my point. So when LeBron's mother did that, LeBron specifically yelled at his mother, "Sit your behind down."
And by the way, you can look, like, search on YouTube. You'll find a clip easily. This was real.
because LeBron knew that, hey, I don't need you to save me. You know, I know I'm your son and you're my mother and I'm your child, but I'm a professional basketball player playing a professional sport. And this comes with it. So I don't need my mommy to save me. Well, why is this any different? Stephen A. Smith is a professional commentator commentating on a professional sport.
Yep, it's no different.
He's doing his job. But because now it's LeBron's son, he feels the need to come in and save his son the way his mother tried to save her son. You can't have it both ways. His son is a professional basketball player playing a professional sport.
Yep.
He don't need his daddy to jump in and save him.
Agreed.
So the same way you told your mother, LeBron, sit your ass down, you know what, LeBron? You need to sit yours down. Stephen A. was doing his job.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Maybe zoom the camera out a little bit next time. This is right in my face. But no, I agree 100%. It's just a hypocritical thing. He got mad at his mom for standing up for him, and now he's doing the exact same thing for Bronny. He's doing the talking for Bronny, and that ain't cool, man. You don't do that.
Nepotism is why your son is in the league. And that's what Stephen A. was pointing out. We know that your son don't deserve that spot.
Yeah.
Not over somebody who's more qualified, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Because Daddy came to the rescue twice.
We'd all be a little. It would be easier for us to deal with if he just admitted it. You know, yeah, I got my son the job. Just end it. It'll be fine. But all this, the constant thing that LeBron always does, which is trying to like make a smoke screen, you know, around it to distort the reality of what's really happening. That's what pisses us off, man. If you're gonna do it, just say it. I asked Jeannie Buss to do this favor for me, and she said yes. Fine. Will we like it? No. Will we move on from it? Yes, because we've seen this in every business across the world since the beginning of time. This happens. Just admit it.
Check this video out.
And how you feel about him passing up Kareem this year as the all-time leading scorer in the NBA?
Listen, if he sticks around even longer, he'll pass up everything. You know, I love when people try to say, listen, I get it. I'm a LeBron fan. People think I'm not. I am. I recognize his greatness. But he ain't the fuck with MJ. And it's like, people like to sit there and go, well, he's past this and this record and this record. Yeah, he's been in the game since high school.
Yeah.
No breaks. Like Jordan, 2 years off of baseball. No breaks. You know, Jordan quitting when he didn't want to quit the second time around, but the Jerrys broke up the fucking. LeBron has been in it since high school with no breaks. And as long as he continues to stay around, yeah, he's going to pass every fucking record. He's been around long enough.
Not every record. He's still stuck at 4 championships.
When people do compare the two, right, LeBron and Jordan, they always point out their finals record. They say LeBron
Yes.
was 4-6 in the finals, and Jordan, he was 6-0 in the finals.
Yeah.
Do you think that
Yes.
matters when comparing the two?
Yes. Listen, this to me is a testament to this moist era we live in.
I agree. We play the game to win. We keep forgetting what is going on with our society. You play the game to win. It doesn't mean be a sore loser, be a sore winner or anything like that, but you play the game to win. You celebrate the winner. The loser shakes hands and goes in the locker room and says, shit, I really wanted to win that. You don't go in and celebrate the loss like, yay, we did it. We lost a big game. We got to the championship and we blew it. Yeah. You don't celebrate that crap, dude. That's not an accolade.
4-6 is a losing record. What are we celebrating?
It's 40.
Mediocrity? Let me
Yeah.
ask you a question. What would you rather have? A big dick works sometimes 4-6, or on average works all the time 6-0?
I'll take the average. That works all the time.
Hello.
That's a good
Early
analogy.
90s, Dominique was Atlanta. When he had the flat top perm, oh, he was Atlanta.
Flat
baby.
top perm.
Flat top perm.
That
baby.
flat top is dope.
Because he had like an incredible amounts of scoring and so forth.
Oh,
But
he-
every time that he would be up to like, you know, whoever got the most,
Right.
Jordan would always like up him by like a few points.
But pizzazz for pizzazz, dunk for dunk, Dominique was that dude.
What do you think about the whole, you know, the fact that Jordan and Pippen just do not get along these days?
You know, it's unfortunate because probably the greatest duo right up there with Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah.
You could make that argument.
Yeah.
And, you know, it just felt like all of this was because, you know, there's some bitterness on Scotty's part, you know? To you, stupid stop making that dumb moot point that, well, Michael didn't win without Scotty.
LeBron
didn't even get to the playoffs without Larry Hughes.
look like a man up top.
Because when he
You can see the
leans
top
like
of his
he does
head
like
when he
this.
hoop. He won't let that hair go. He don't want to be one of the ball brothers out here on the street. He ain't trying to be like you, Mark. But he got a little bit of lining in the front.
So
he
it's
can get them
fine.
fibers put in there.
No, he don't even need it. He should just go rock a smooth bald head.
Boy, when you took that hat off last week, Mark, out by the media, by videotape, you could say, yo, I know I'm the best basketball player in the world, but I went to the party. I be dunking on people. I wanted to get dunked in, that's all. I got dunked in. I felt like I'd rather stay with my wife. So even though I did this a couple of times, they didn't hurt me because I'm built for this, but
Damn.
I just wanted to get dunked in one time, that's all.
In the Bible, it says
Damn, man. Damn.
something like he who puts themselves up, you know, will be brought down, something like that. So I think that's what's happening here with these comedians. Okay? Because LeBron always goes around with, you know, his hero, his crown, putting a crown on his head, saying that he's the king and not showing the proper respect to the real GOAT in Michael Jordan. All right? So people, you know, from the 90s who were alive in the 90s and who've seen the GOAT play.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, get upset about that because they think that the real GOAT deserves the respect. Okay, so they're bringing him down. A lot of LeBron fans think that he receives this hate, you know, unjustly and whatnot. Okay, but I think if he was humble, if he didn't proclaim himself, if he was not a self-proclaimed king, I think that the story would be different. I think that people would put him up higher, respect him more. Okay, and appreciate him for his unique gifts and his unique abilities, his unique records, right? But the fact that he puts himself up there as greater than Michael Jordan, he just opens himself up to attacks.
Absolutely.
And this is what we see here, okay, from Eddie Griffin. This is what we see from Eric Spears, you know. So, I don't know, maybe once LeBron gets out of the game, maybe at that point, you know, he will change. Maybe he'll be humble. Maybe he'll do like he did before.
Narcissists don't change, man. They keep getting worse.
When he was younger and say like, yeah, Michael Jordan is my idol, you know, he's the best or whatever. But him going around saying that he's the GOAT, saying his son should call him the GOAT, you know, saying that 2016 made him the GOAT, right? It's not a good look. Not a good look, and I believe personally that he's going to continue to be attacked, you know, by various people, podcasters, comedians, regular people, former NBA legends alike, right? Just because they know it's not true, and he's trying to put it out there as though it's true. So that's about it. So until next.
All right, that's the end of it. Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree, and it was the worst thing he could have ever done for his own legacy, was saying that one right there made me the greatest of all time. And then if he would have rescinded that, maybe it would have been okay. But instead he doubled down on it, said it again, tripled down on it, said it again. And I've lost count now how many times he said that while there's a camera filming him. So it's over, man. He said it and he believes it. I mean, whatever. He's not taking it back. So when he did that, he basically, the floodgates started opening, and everybody who's going like, whoa, you know, you're saying you're better than Michael Jordan all of a sudden, you know, like how'd you all of a sudden just skip past all these guys when before the 2016 finals you weren't ahead of Jordan? I'm sorry, Jordan. You weren't ahead of Kobe. You weren't ahead of Bird. You weren't ahead of Magic. How did you all of a sudden just skip all those guys? It doesn't work that way. So what do? We start digging. We start looking. And he opened a door to that. He caused this, really. If not, like, imagine if LeBron never said that and he just like played out his career. We'd actually have a little more respect for the guy. You know, not a lot because of the way he behaves, but if just that one thing alone, if he didn't do it, we would have had like 10% more respect for him at least, you know? But it is what it is. Not only has he done it, he's doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down. But then his antics, the way he behaves, his super team building, his blame shifting, you know, the excuses, the fake injuries, all this crap. Like he's an abomination to the game of basketball. Like an absolute just poison to the game of basketball. Guys, I thought this video might have been funny. I didn't really find it funny. It kind of just, I don't know. It was pretty dark, man. I'm gonna head out for tonight. I appreciate you guys watching. Did you guys get that same feel? Like this didn't have but when I heard like comedians going at it, I thought like this was gonna be like some funny jokes, but like this was just like, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's my own mood, but that probably signifies it's time to head out, guys. I appreciate you watching. Tomorrow is gonna be a completely different mood, you guys. I'm not gonna tell you what day it is. I'm just gonna say it's GOAT Day, baby. Guys, I'm out of here. Like the video if you haven't done it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this, and I'll see you with at least 2 Jordan reactions tomorrow. At least. We'll see if I can pull off 3 for you guys. All right. In the meantime, I appreciate you all. And what's that thing? That's important. It's really important. Be water, my friends. Peace out.